KSL News Time 4:15. The three things you need to know this hour. First,
a Southwest Airlines spokesperson says 33 flights were scheduled out of Salt Lake today, and according to the website FlightAware, the airline had about a third of those canceled. The airline is apologizing for the nationwide cancellations. I'm KSL News Radio's Lindsay Aerts.
Second, the man who led police on a wild chase outside Zion National Park and shot at 10 different cars last week has died. Police say the gunman died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Third, our biggest traffic trouble spot.
If you're planning to drive 5600 West, you need to avoid the area of 3800 South. Again, it remains closed. It's going to be closed for several hours, both directions, north and southbound, on 5600 West, 3800 South. Ricky Meese in the KSL Traffic Center.
Our cold front is just out to the west, and it's moving our way. I'm Kevin Eubank.
It's 56 degrees in Salt Lake City. Now, KSL's top national stories.
From ABC News, I'm Daria Albinger. At least 2 people are dead after a small plane crashed into a neighborhood in Santee, California, not far from San Diego.
As a twin-engine plane came down, it hit a UPS truck and then slammed directly into 2 homes. The debris stretches a block. Fire Captain Justin Matsushita.
We had multiple structures that were fully involved with fire. We had an aircraft that has confirmed, a portion of the aircraft confirmed crash in the back of one of the homes.
He says a crash was not survivable for anybody who was on the plane. The NTSB will work to figure out why it came down in the neighborhood. Alex Stone, ABC News.
2 other people are being treated for serious burns. Got a flight on Southwest Airlines? You better make sure the carrier canceled hundreds of additional flights today, prompting these women to drive to another airport to catch another flight.
It's inconvenient, but it could be worse.
The airline initially blamed bad weather and air traffic control issues, but the FAA says there were no major air traffic control issues since Friday. California may be one of the nation's lowest COVID-19 infections rates, but deaths from the virus have reached another once unthinkable benchmark. The ongoing count by Johns Hopkins University says more than 70,000 people have died. That's the highest in the nation. Texas is about 3,000 behind. The FBI sinks an attempt by a naval engineer who was trying to sell secret submarine technology to another country. Jonathan Tebby and his wife Diana thought they'd get cryptocurrency for the data.
There have always been spies who will betray their country for money, but in this case it was very lucky that the FBI was able to identify this individual and set up a sting before he could pass on this very critical information.
ABC News military analyst Colonel Steve Ganyard says the pair could have easily gotten away with it. Stocks start the week lower, with the Dow falling more than 250 points today. You're listening to ABC News.
Now the KSL in-depth. South Jordan School District has seen several cases of vandalism because of TikTok trends, a TikTok challenge. South Jordan Police Sergeant Eric Anderson says students carry these sort of pranks on their permanent record and on their criminal records.
Fortunately, one of our school resource officers was able to investigate that and obtain some video surveillance. He was able to identify the students involved, and it resulted in prosecution. And so with that, seeing the results from the TikTok challenge involving vandalism, and now we're seeing this trend of slapping a teacher, it obviously brought concerns to us. We haven't had any incidents of that in South Jordan City that I'm aware of, or even in the county that I'm aware of. But just with the activity we had with the vandalism, we just obviously were concerned with that.
These go beyond dopey challenges when we're talking about assaulting a teacher. Sergeant Anderson says kids can face felony charges for these pranks.
In the vandalism case, I think we were looking at $13,000 in damage, which is a felony. I mean, it's a serious offense, and it shouldn't be something that kids laugh at.
Sergeant Anderson says students who assault their teachers will at minimum be sitting in front of a judge for their actions. KSL News Time 4:19. Stand by. Kevin Eubank is going to join us for a full weather forecast. But first, let's check traffic. A triple team report brought to you by Zions Bank, your business banking home. Ricky Meese.
So far, so good on the Salt Lake County freeways. In fact, you're going to enjoy normal KSL travel times on southbound I-15 from downtown to the point of the mountain. We have had an accident called out In Taylorsville, 4700 South, 3600 West. Michelle?
Well, we're looking at some slowdowns on 5600 West between I-80 and the 201 freeway for drivers on I-15 in Utah County. In good shape right now. We have some slowdowns. This is northbound at Olympic Parkway approaching Kimball Junction. Steve?
And northbound 15 rolling steady and smooth this afternoon, leaving downtown Salt Lake into Davis County, where a KSL traffic trooper says somebody lost a box of something out of the back of their truck at the Kaysville Ponds. They're causing some backups at Burton Lane, so be careful as you drive through there. More slowdowns at the Layton Hills Mall up into Clearfield. Good speeds on the southbound side of I-15 Ogden to Salt Lake. Fall's in the air, cooler temps, changing leaves, a perfect time to visit Alpine Fireplaces. Alpine Fireplaces offers wood, electric, gas, and pellet fireplaces. Visit one of 6 convenient locations or alpinefireplaces.com. Steve Carlson in the KSL Traffic Center.
Traffic and weather together on the 9s. Kevin Eubank is here just when we need him most. Kevin, I've tried to be a good little news anchor. I've been watching KSL Vortex, but apparently the radar is down?
The radar is having some struggles, but that's temporary. It'll be popping back up here in just a minute. But the bottom line is we've got a cold front out to the west. It's going to be moving in tonight, and that means we're going to see valley rain and mountain snow. Now, this storm, the core of the storm will be traveling through central Utah, and that's where we're going to get the biggest totals. But the bottom line is increasing rain tonight, continuing through the day on Tuesday, tapering off Wednesday morning. Highs in the 40s, lows in Salt Lake City, mid to upper 30s, so not freezing in the Salt Lake Valley. And then a second storm comes in on Thursday. That's going to bring a little bit more rain and snow, especially in the morning through the early afternoon. Let me give you some totals. Up in the Cottonwoods through Brighton, Alta, Snowbird, we're talking 8 to 12 inches of snow through the day tomorrow and into Wednesday morning. I-15 corridor, so if you're going from Fillmore over Beaver Summit to Cedar City, we're talking 2 to 4 inches, very common. And up on top of that summit, you could get 4 to 6 inches. Now, places like Bryan Head, Southern Mountains, we're talking 8 to 14 inches of snow, Jeff. So while this is a fall storm and we get valley rain, mountain snow, if you're traveling over higher elevations, it's definitely going to be more wintry than it is going to be fall. So be prepared if you've got travel troubles or travel plans up over the mountain passes.
Is it going to become snow at any point on the valley floor or our benches, or are we talking about strictly a rain event?
No, it will be a rain event in the valleys, and there may be some snow. We've got some high benches here along the Wasatch Front. When you get up into Eagle Mountain and you get up over into North Salt Lake and up on those high benches, those high ridges, you can get some snow up there. And we will see that snow line creep down. I think it'll probably stop around 6,000 feet, which is just above the valley floors. We'll see it here on the tippy tops of the mountains, but we don't anticipate accumulating snow in the Salt Lake Valley. Chance of a little rain-snow mix on the windshield, but it won't do anything other than that.
All right, Kevin. What time does it all start this afternoon?
It starts between 5 and 8 p.m. tonight. So we've already seen some raindrops, real gusty winds. It's just going to continue to fill in from the west and then take over the valleys once the sun sets.
All right, 56 degrees, and I sent Kira up into space to fix the radar, so we're going to be fine. KSL News Time 423.
Hey, you free for a sec? Got a little free time? Because Xfinity Flex, it's free too. It comes with Xfinity Internet. Flex is a 4K streaming box that puts all of your apps in one place. And Peacock Premium is included. Get tons of movies and shows. Free, on the house, thrown in, gratis, which is Latin for free. Or thank you, I can't remember. Point is, with Xfinity Flex, your entertainment starts at free. Can your internet do that? Am I free to leave?
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add a Flex 4K streaming box at no extra cost. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/18/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Subscription required to access streaming services.
I've put a lot of thought into my girlfriend's engagement ring. Did all the research, shopped around, and got lots of opinions. At first, I was planning on getting her a lab-created diamond. But after my visit to Shane Company, I changed my mind. I learned that lab-created diamonds have continually dropped in value, whereas natural diamonds have consistently maintained or increased in value over time. And all the diamonds at Shane Company are natural. What's really cool about a natural diamond is that there is no other diamond in the world like it. It's a natural wonder created by the earth billions of years ago, the oldest and rarest thing you'll ever touch. How romantic is that? And Shane Company's diamonds are conflict-free. They've always sourced their diamonds this way. So for my girlfriend's engagement ring, I chose a 1-carat natural diamond for her center stone. It's spectacular, and it's one of a kind, just like she is.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Attention neuropathy sufferers. Amazing research has now shown that neuropathy symptoms can be reversed in as little as 1 week. Laura, a 58-year-old bus driver, had advanced neuropathy in her feet that caused severe aching, burning, and throbbing, which made it very difficult to sleep. She felt like she had razor blades on the inside of her feet that were constantly on fire. So Laura came to True Health for help, and within 3 weeks, she was gaining the sensation back in her feet, and the pain and burning were drastically improving. She was sleeping all night and waking up without pain. She was able to drive the bus again and no longer needed addictive pain medications. So if you're tired of living in pain, then call 801-441-2266. The first 25 people who call 801-441-2266 will receive a full exam and in-depth consultation absolutely free. That's 801-441-2266.
We're watching Utah's Money, brought to you by Central Bank. It's already time to start thinking about the holidays and when you should ship packages. If you're shipping ground, the Postal Service recommends shipping gifts out by December 15th if you want your package to arrive by Christmas Day. KSL Drives Mercedes-Benz has started production on its first battery-powered truck. The EV will require 3 or 4 battery packs, allowing the truck to go 250 miles for heavy-duty distribution. Amazon workers might be able to enjoy working from home for the foreseeable future. I mean, not the warehouse workers, but the white-collar folk. CNN Business reports Amazon will give employees the decision if they want to work from home or go back to the office. On Wall Street, another rough day. The Dow was down 205 points, the S&P fell 30, and the NASDAQ was down 93 points.